Alright guys, I'm going to cover all our breakouts in the first period. We're still not anywhere near where we should be. I'm just going to rapid fire all these clips. Let's start off with this first one. So you see the puck gets back into our own zone. Okay. Now first of all, this is where hopefully you two are communicating. I see Connor's getting the puck, but Noah, you're probably the closest to it. You should just went and got it. Okay. On this team, if you're the first one in our zone, you're defense. In other words, you two are defense on this play. Okay. Now, I understand Tara might be on a different page. Most coaches are used to just saying D, you play D, forwards, you play forward. As I've been saying the whole season, that's not how this works. Alright, not for me. So hopefully Tara and I will get on the same page. I'll talk to her. I know she's been telling the opposite a lot of times. Alright, so anyway. Connor, good shoulder check, which I saw right before that. Gets the puck. I swear we gotta understand, we gotta communicate a little. You get the puck, ideally you should have got the puck to go to the quiet zone. Noah would act as that second D. We're gonna try to constantly make this trapezoid, okay? So one player here, one here, one on the board. Okay, and then our center is going to shadow, meaning he's going to follow the puck, and then keep following it as we pass it along. Okay. Well, in this case, it'd be the other way. Alright. With that said, this isn't the worst thing. He lines up on the board instead, so you guys have to adjust. Connor gets the puck, you have to adjust. Okay, you see that? Boom, you have to dart there. You, Victor, one thing you need to do is get on the board more. You're always coming back towards the middle. I need to see you get on the board more. So when you come back, you should be along the board. Okay. So let's see what happens. Take through to Noah. Alright, not the worst play. Okay, and a little somewhat unsuccessful breakout. Alright, this one's a little more difficult because they're already in our zone. So James makes a play, gets the puck right here. Now the second D is going to mirror. Okay, he's going to mirror. So what that means is you're going to try to go on the opposite side of the other D. But if he starts skating towards you, then you go in front of the net. Okay, as he keeps going past that net, then you come back here. Okay. So we see James get the puck. And so we see one person in the right spot probably. James is going this way. Our center, you want to time it. Okay, you want to time it. So as soon as James got it, maybe you have to slow up. Okay, and then start following him. I'll explain why later. Victor, again, you got to be along the board. Okay, and Connor, you got to be back here. You got to be in front of the net. Unfortunately, here we have, these two guys. There's no way he can pass it to him. No way he can pass it to Victor. Noah's really the only option here. Okay. All right, and with that too, the type of pass. It's really difficult when. Let me pull up the regular rink. Okay, so when this defense has the puck, all right, and that space is getting, that this player is starting to cut off that pass. This is why this play needs to be a little bit lower. Okay, this is a much easier and safer pass. And at the same time, as a D, you got to recognize, hey, I can't pass it through this guy. What you don't want to do is give it. Hold on, let me delete some of those lines. What you don't want to do is give one of these really difficult passes where you throw it and it's like it's going to bank right at his feet. Those are very hard to handle. You got to read the play a little bit. You got to roll this. You have to roll it. It's much easier, much safer. So keep both of those things in mind. Winger, you can get lower. Although in this case, he was low enough. It's just you have to pass it right away. And once you kept skating it, James, he had no real choice. That's where you just roll along the board. Ideally, we'd like to make a tape-to-tape pass, okay? But once you can't tape-to-tape, that pass into their feet, it's really difficult to handle. Okay. And so we get a kind of a play like this, okay? Unfortunately, it did kind of work out. All right, a lot to say about this breakout. So see the other team clear the puck. Max takes a bit of a spill there. Connor gets the puck. Now, the first thing I want to say, when you get the puck back here, what I don't want to see is our D just get the puck, stop, look, and then pass. you want to keep the flow going. Okay, so your teammates can kind of read which way you're going to. So you get the puck, you should usually curl this way, maybe curl that way. And on top of this, there's nobody really pressuring you, so you can even go to the quiet zone. Okay, I rarely ever see us do that, and that's such a great way to, a simple and easy way to break out. So you get the puck and just go behind our net. Okay, and then wait for your team to set up, to have plenty of time to set up that way. Okay. The next thing I want to say is, so Max took a spill there, so you guys have to think. Okay. In that little quiz I gave you guys, where does the second guy go? I usually tell you here, right, D to D pass, but it kind of doesn't make sense for I believe that's Ben. He's probably in the right spot. He went along the board instead. It doesn't make sense for him to go like all the way over, okay, to that spot. Ideally, if Connor picked up the puck and just went that way, it would have made a lot of sense for Ben to just be that second D to D pass, okay? But with that said, because Connor kind of stopped up, this is where we got to communicate. I know it's a little bit confusing, but we have to communicate. Because Connor stopped up there, let's try to make our trapezoid. So, he's on a board. That means, Mason, you just come down for a D to D pass. Okay. Abby, you're going to act as center. We already have a guy on a board, so you don't want to go on a board again. Okay. So, go down the middle. Okay, and now with that in mind, let's play right here. Connor, you get the puck. He's wide open. I mean, you gotta have your head up. That's why you do the shoulder check too. So you gotta kind of know in advance, hey, I can pass to this guy. Everyone's looking this way and on this side of the rink. You can make one easy pass. That'd be the easiest way to break out. But we did it the hard way. And kind of got it out, I guess. A little extra bonus too. Now I'm glad all of you didn't jump in, but let's at least get 2 players in there. Alright, as I said before, get a second guy in there, maybe 3. But you always want 2. She's battling 2 guys there. Someone has to go in and help her. Yeah. Alright, next. It's the other team clear the puck out. James gets the puck. Okay, let's make our trapezoid. So to do that, you can get the puck, take your time. You can even go behind the net, although you don't need to in this case, but you can. Okay, go to a board. I believe it's Ben. Mason, you want to go to the board. It's easier. Okay, that arrow might have came off the screen there. Go to board. Abby, shadow the puck. Okay. Now, when you see James start skating to you, you're going to mirror him still. The only difference is, because we're not behind in that, you're going to mirror him behind. You're going to skate behind him. So let me bring up my little rink. Hang on. So what I mean by that is anytime you have your D doing this and is skating back there, and she doesn't pass to you, then start going in front of the net, right? But if it's in like this area where you're not behind the net, you know, in the neutral zone or a little bit in your defensive zone, as he skates towards you, instead of skating up, because we should have a winger here already, you might want to skate back this way. Just remember, guys, that the guy with the puck should never be the last guy back. Okay, if he is, then somebody has to go back there and cover him. Okay, you have to imagine, oh, he's gonna fall, someone's gonna pick it off, whatever. Right, the last guy back should not be the one with the should not be having the puck. Otherwise, it's supposed to pass it up right away. So let's just play it. So Mason, you want to be on a board. Connor, you gotta at least watch the puck if anything. Okay, we don't want this. All right, this is what I'm talking about. Can't have that. All right. This won't fly at the higher level too. Okay. All right, let's watch this. So Max gets the puck. James is calling for it. So this is a good setup, right? This is what I'm talking about. But you did the thing Connor did earlier. You got the puck, turned around, stopped. Okay, you should have just kind of curled towards James and just passed it to him. That's the easiest way to I mean, he's wide open, right? This makes things a little more difficult, as we'll see. Okay, now it wasn't a bad breakout, but it was probably better just give it to James and let the play flow the other way. Okay. Alright, off of face-off. Carter wins clean, beating everyone in face-off. Okay. The puck goes back there right away, okay? You know, you do go to a board, but you want to be there earlier. You want to get there right away as soon as you see that. And you want to go lower, okay? This is where they have nobody pressuring you. So instead of doing that D to D pass, you can just go behind the net and stop up. Alright, go to the quiet zone, stop up, let your teammates set up. Alright. And we see Victor. Big difference between being here and being on the board. Get on the board. Okay, remember, we want your butt on the board. So James gets a puck. And so we see Max kind of playing winger role. Okay, ideally I would have had rather seen Noah there. And Max, you want to go in front of the net. You're first going to position here, but if James keeps skating towards you, that's where you go in front of the net. Okay, you're going to mirror. Now James tries to skate up. This is the absolute no-no. Okay, you cannot get picked right there. You cannot. Okay, that's very dangerous. And you'll see Carter kind of like right after this play, covers is like, come on, you got to pass it. And he's absolutely right. You have got to pass that. Or you just stay in the quiet zone. There's no need to push that up. Let your teammates set up a little bit. Alright, next on this face-off. Ideally, you want to win it back. If we don't, if it goes to this board winger, this center is going to try to go right to the board to support him instantly. Also, we can still throw it back to the quiet zone. Okay, and this winger should be going to the board if we win it. And what happens here is it goes straight to Noah on the board. Okay, now I don't want you guys to panic and throw it out. All right, this is not tennis. We don't want to just give the other team the ball, the puck. All right, we gotta play a little bit of control so you can, like I said, ideally if your center is kind of going right to the board and you see him, you can try to pass it to him. Here, nobody's there. You just throw it back. Just throw it back into this quiet zone, and our team should set up for that. Victor, once you see we have control, you can start widening out, and go to the board right away once we have control. Alright, so as I keep playing it, okay, it kind of goes, squirts to the middle. No, I'm not sure if you threw that to the middle, but you shouldn't do that, alright, just in case. As soon as Carter gets the puck, right, when I say go to board, one thing I should mention too is you don't want to skate like this pattern, where you just go straight, you know, diagonal toward the board. You want to hook. You want to widen out and then start going up. Alright? Because there's no real good angle for Carter to pass you. Okay, this guy's in the way for one thing, but it's still hard. Your foot's in the way, right? Are you presenting a target? Or where? Right? And then Carter kind of he passed where you were supposed to be. Okay. Ideally, Victor, you probably should have been like here, right? It would have been much easier. Okay. Also, Carter, you got a little time. Just keep skating. Now we're gonna get a little double breakout chance here. Okay. So, Noah gets the puck. Now, do you have time to go to a quiet zone? This is why you want a shoulder check. You have time. Go to the quiet zone. One of the reasons is because as soon as you turn that way, it's almost like you can't really go anywhere else. Connor, once again, you got a mirror. You're useless here. Useless right there. Okay, we're not going to pass it anywhere in this middle area. I'd rather not, at least. So Connor, you have to mirror. You got to go back there. Okay, and the way this positions everyone's set up, you know, ideally we have Carter go there, Max play a little bit of a center role, Victor get to the board. So here you're kind of coasting. You got to hurry up. Okay. Alright, you're coasting. As soon as he gets it, you know he needs that pass. You have to hurry on the board. You got to hustle. Okay. And then so Noah gets it, skates it, and he really has nobody to pass it to. So, I mean, I think he made the only right option, really. Maybe throw it on board, but... So it helps talking, guys. Communicate. I'm going to start this clip with a little bonus footage. You 2D guys, you're too deep. You need to watch this guy. Black jerseys shouldn't be behind you. After he clears it, right, puck is all bouncy. Try not to whack at it with your backhand. Try to stop it instead. And even better, use your feet. Probably hard for the puck to bounce over your feet. Now, they would have had a breakaway if this guy was a lot better, but fortunately James' skill makes up for it. So how do we make our trapezoid? Because his last guy back right here. And hopefully I'm not repeating myself. I'm recording this, re-recording this, but when you get the puck, I should clarify that I don't want you guys skating and hitting the brakes. You can go one way or the other, or you can drift back too. Drifting back is okay. I just don't want you stopping and then turning around. Now with this, James, this would have been a good time to maybe go back behind the net. Connor, what you could have done was if you're reading James, if you kind of communicate, you can tell it's going that way, then you would stagger on this side. Right? Initially, when you first got the puck, let me back it up just a tad. Hold on. At this point right here, you can already cross to the D to D spot. All right. Or you can follow James and tell him keep skating so you can be the other D to D pass. You don't want to skate up like this though. Alright, like I said before, we don't want the last guy back handling the puck. The rest of you guys, you kind of notice that you should be going to a board. Right, this other player going on board. Not sure why everyone stopped. I think someone might be making a change, but regardless. Alright, your first instinct should not be to skate the puck up. It should be to pass. And you have all these guys that are open. All these guys. Okay, just because you pass it doesn't mean they won't pass it back. And then Connor went offside, so it made it even worse. Alright, a few seconds later, puck's going out the zone. Sorry, I don't hate this play. Well, I do. Instead of giving the team the puck, now you might have to against good teams, but if your team is better, just get the puck, go back, and control the play, and then make a team breakout. Right? By dumping it in, you're just giving the other team the puck, and there are times to do it. But as a skilled team, when you get more and more skill, you want to do that less and less. Okay? Less dumping, less just giving away the puck. This one's a little tricky because we're on a PK. When we have a PK, what typically happens is we should forego the center role. The wingers are going to be on the board, but they're also going to play the center role. It's a good clean win. A little bit of time. Try to wait a split second. Give your defenseman time. At the same time, move your feet. Move your feet. Start going to the quiet zone if possible. Okay. So you threw it just a little hard and a little early so James can pick up the puck. As soon as the puck moves that way, this is where, like I said, the other winger is going to play the center role. So you should already anticipate that. Right when he gets it, boom, anticipate. Okay. And what happens instead is it goes to Noah, he throws it out, and then James chases it down. So what Carter should have been doing was what James did. Okay. And as James charges in, okay, just remember, Noah, you are D. We only have 4 players, so the third guy in would be a D. Alright, it's still a PK. You dump it down, and you'll see Noah first one to the puck. Alright, so let's make that trapezoid. It only takes 4 people to make a trapezoid. Alright, so similar to other ones, you got a couple options. You get the puck, you can curl this way or that way. Okay, you did shoulder check right before that, so that was okay. You also have a lot of time, so you can just drift back, give your teammates time. You can go behind the net if you have to. I think that would be the ideal one. But on a PK, there's no shame in just throwing it out. Okay, so James, good adjustment. And as soon as he curls that way, you got to be that second D option. I know we're making a change here, and this is where you guys got to be ready, alright? Victor, you got to stay on the board, not just to kind of skate to the middle. You want to stay on the board, or watch the play at least. Yeah. And it kind of works. Okay. Alright, I have to throw this one. This is one of the last plays of the game. It's in the third period where we're up by 1 goal. The puck goes in that corner. James gets the puck. Okay, again, no pressure. Then just take the puck behind the net. Right, you can turn up. That's okay too. If you have a pass right away, if you shoulder check and there's a pass, you get the puck. You boom, give it to Noah instantly. Unfortunately, you did probably the worst thing you could have done, James. You skated up. Oh, let me get rid of that line. You skated up, and then you have passes here. He's been waiting for it. And you got picked off by Corey. And then Corey made a nice little deke. He shoots on Sawyer, and Sawyer made a huge save. And we have 30 seconds left. You could even iced it and it would have been better. This is why, like, you know, you move up a division, these guys are going to pick you off more. They're going to know how to play little D. And this is where you get punished, like, hard. Okay, that was easily a tying goal right there, or could have been. Let's look at the other guys. Victor, you got to get to a board. There's no way he's going to pass you. This guy's right in front of you. It's in the middle of the ice. Get to a board. Get to a board. Get to a board. Noah, perfect. Okay, Carter, very good. He's playing kind of the D to D role instead. So this is where, Connor, you have to play the center role. Right, and you have to read it. You have to read it. Once you come in that zone, okay, the center, there's not going to be much you can do. You're going to shadow him, and then as soon as he makes that first pass, you're going to try to curl and be a second option. Okay. Yeah, alright, yep. And so those are all the breakouts, guys. I mean, I only did the first period and this last one in the third. Yeah, it's definitely something we gotta keep working at. All right, it looks like we forgot a little bit. I get we won't retain everything, but talk to each other. Some of you guys are in the right spot, so you gotta help your teammates out, tell them where to be. Okay, we'll work a lot more on this next practice with this. All right, see you next time.